Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dr. Phil here with a viewer request. You can look at those opals if you want to. Some of them are all right, but they're not the main event. I think you've seen this one. In the meantime, Max is going nuts. I think he's trying to upset the apple cart, the water cart. These are the bonus videos. They're bonus opals. They're from Lightning Ridge. But what I did get was a whole bunch of opals that were wood opals from this guy, Opal Auctions site, Opals by Zio, and he's a relative newcomer to the game. I don't know if that's I really don't know how newcomer he is. You know, I mean, you could sell under any pseudonym, I suppose. But I'm presuming that he's new to the game, and as a result, the opals are quite cheap. And repeatedly, he's given me bonus opals, so it's interesting. But what I'll do is I'll show you the wood opals first, and then we'll go on to the bonus opals. I can see that they're hospital rubs and various other types of rub. Okay, so here's a straight out piece of wood opal, and now I'm actually starting to suspect these things are Glossoptera, but I can see straight away that this one, let's zoom right into it. Let's try not to destroy the setup. Wow, unstable. Sorry about that. Zoom right in. So what happens when you do opals by request, I suppose. So if I have a look over here, I am reasonably certain that there is black potch just underneath there, and I have no idea how far that white cap extends. So it could just be finishing there, giving us a half carat to 1 carat stone. You can still see a little bit there. I won't point it out with my disgusting nail. I haven't been able to touch this hand very much because of jaw related problems. So yeah, just under there, I can see that bit there. That's about 1 or 2 mil, which each mil equates to about 0.2 of a carat, in case you're wondering. It has to be square mils though, or cubed mils. But you can see a little bit of, like that bit there has a little bit of a shine too. I'll try that again. Can you see just a little bit of shine? Whoop, there. Yeah, just there. So that means that there's something going on. There's also some shine going on just about there. Yeah, there. So that's interesting. So, and I'm pretty certain that it extends deeply. I should get my torch. I've only got the green one. It's no good for this kind of situation, the green torch. The blue one is the one I should be using. Yeah, can't see anything. Oh well. Anyway, that one I think has got a lot of high hopes in it. So that's a nice little wood opal. I would have bought the entire parcel just for that. It was like $10 or something. I can't remember how much I paid. But $10 and bonus opals. Come on. So this one here, lovely piece of clear opal, and I can see this is one of these ones which is dependent on the angle of the face. So directional, very much like sunflash, but not exactly. And I started to learn a little bit about sunflash. You can tell just because they're a lot softer. It might be that they've only just converted to opal or something. I don't know. But what you then do is you start faceting all around and trying to have a look at the angles at which they go. But this one I think will sunflash at some point. Yeah, and I think this is a Glossoptera, by the way. It's definitely it's got internal vascular structure. You can tell. This one, it's definitely got opal there, but you can see that the sand is pretty much pervading through it, so I'm not sure what I can do with that. But just so that you know, I'm starting to realise that this piece and this piece have something in common. They kind of have the potch on the top here, and then they have kind of an opal part underneath, a relatively clear opal part underneath. Also, sometimes you get concave sections. This one isn't. This is, I'm just going to call it a pine cone section for the sake of argument, but this piece is concave. And this is fairly consistent with our pieces. You also get stick bits. This one's a pine cone again. But I think what happens is that sometimes the sand cleaves between them, and so I'm suspecting, this is just my ramblings basically, I suspect that if you gave it enough time, eventually this piece would come off and you'd be left with just a flat piece very similar to this. Let's have a look around. This one, yeah, same principle, cap on top. This piece eventually I reckon cleaves off, and that's the cap on top. But once again, look at that piece of colour. Wouldn't it be nice if that went all the way through it? What's it doing on the other side? Okay, so there's a sand band here, or a white band. So what I would be doing is, let's see, how close is that to the colour? Yeah, colour's on the exact opposite side of that white band. So if the colour was to go all the way through, it'd be on top of this band here. Interesting. I'm certainly going to give that one a bit of a look through. This guy. Okay, so let's use all of our knowledge. So that red colour is iron 3, and there's a bit of iron 2 sitting in it. You can tell because it's orangey red, so that's like thank you, Google. Sorry, Google's going. So that's orangey red, so there's a little bit of both types of iron 2 and iron 3 sitting in there, which means that it's oxidizing and it is going away with the action of water. So that tells you something, that wherever this is, it's actually got a decent water table going through it. So I think we'll try our luck with the green laser again and see what we can get from here, because I think, come on. Thought so. Okay, let's try and see that. Yeah, so there's a lot of opal all the way through. That's interesting. So it looks like it's full of sand, but it isn't. So that one should go to the wheel as well. It's just got to cross the sand on the outside that's deceptive. It's looking like it's got sand inside it. Interesting. This one here, I don't think we'll be so lucky. I will give it a bit of a shot, but I like this one because it's got the black opal here. So you know, the fantasy scenario is you cut through this line here, this line of sand, and you just go straight into some beautiful black opal. As a matter of fact, I might take this to the wheel and just try that out later, as in the next few minutes after this video's gone. So there we go. That one's just a stick, but you can see the concept, a white cap, and there's the opal underneath it. Once again, a little bit of colour. Stick, white cap, opal underneath. This one I'm thinking I should probably cut across here. Cut it laterally, because I feel that you might actually get somewhere doing it that way. You might be able to get a nice little, well, it'll only be that kind of width. But I reckon that'd be a nice little gem for a ring or something, a ring stone. This one's interesting because you can just see that there's colour all through it. There's that. Once again, the same principle. Also, it's concave. You can see that. So it follows the formula, whatever that formula means. Having a crack, literally having a crack at this, seeing what it's actually doing. Yeah, so there's this little piece of colour just underneath there too. So I'm wondering I'll do that formally with the wheel, but I think it's fairly unstable. So Awesome. I like this one. I think it's beautiful just the way it is. Probably a stick, but there is an outside chance that's actually a plesiomorphic coral, because you get them in the same kind of bundles with lightning ridge material. And yeah, I'm pretty certain this is lightning ridge material. Once again, another concave piece with a beautiful little piece of colour just sitting on the end. Look at that. Ew, that might have rewards in it. Very interesting. Look at that. Don't even know what side to cut. So that's interesting. All right. So that was the opal that I actually paid for. Now let's have a look at the freebies. Now, obviously you don't expect much with freebies, but what I'd say about this is that there's some interest here. There's something that's interesting in all of these. This is a good demonstration of when you have an opal with a crack in it. Let's see if I can get that to really become apparent. Come on, there it is. Okay, so there we go. Have a look at that. Can you see that crack? And you can imagine that's going to nap out even. So it'll be a scallop edged piece that'll come out when it eventually comes out. So that's kind of interesting. I like that kind of thing. I'm not sure you can see it. I'm going to mess with the color set. No, I'm not. I'm not going to mess with the color settings. Just believe me. Or am I going to mess with the color settings? No, I'm not messing with the color settings. I'll just go straight away. But this is a nice example of a cracked opal. I like this one. I'm not sure how useful it's going to be as an opal, but it's a good demonstrator of what to look for. If you see that kind of thing in red, don't go, oh yay, red opal. You go, no, it's a damaged opal. Where's that crack gone? There it is. On the high magnification, it's brilliant. Another piece of wood opal. This one's got, oh, look at that. Yep, another curiosity that I want to see. So look at this. Okay, this is a witch's hat knobby gone wrong, but look at the colours. Like, those colours are visible in the ordinary spectrum and to the camera, and there's more to the ordinary spectrum than you'll see in the camera, although you can see a bit here. Nice, so nice. This one's clear, either doubleting material or just I don't know what to do. That looks like shell, doesn't it? That will do something. It's quite a big piece too, so nice big doublet. Another big doublet. Little doublet, or I might even try to just facet it a bit, make it into a nice little shiny thing. Or is there a crack in there? You see that? Evidence of crackage. The laser will tell all. Holding it up to there. Yeah, crack. Can you see how it's got the lasers going through nicely? And then it's just stopping at that corner at the edge. That's a crack. So yeah, it is cracked, but we'll see what we can do with it. A little opal sandwich. Little knob on top. That's a wood opal for sure. And there's definitely more than meets the eye on that one as well. Man, this guy's got a few good ones. Another wood opal. I'm going to cut straight along there. See if I can mine out this coloured bit. Oh, look at that. Sunflash. Woohoo! Gotta love the sunflash. The thing I love about sunflash is that, like, it's kind of a sneaky stone. The reason why I'm a soil scientist, bear with me here, is because it's not a degree that everyone does. It's sneaky, like, and you can get to be a world expert in something for relatively low effort because no one does it. And so, you know, Sunflash, which kind of hides away, is sort of the same concept. It's a little secret gem. So, you know, bit of confluence there. Yeah, so that's nice. I think basically it faces on this direction, and I'm looking to see if there's, well, you can see for yourself. Actually, I'll get one of these lights and go backwards so we can. Can you see? There we go. There we are. So, yeah, so it does go back. The sand goes back into about the middle of the stone. So that's doable, that's removable. So yeah, so we've got something we can do with this. Alright, back to your normal scheduled viewing, I think. Alright, wood opal again. Nice cap. It's different to all the other ones in that the convex is the opposite side, so the cap is opposite to what I would be expecting, but you know, who knows if what I'm observing is just the few examples that I've seen and, you know, the opposite is true. It's horrible actually knowing stats when you know that correlation doesn't imply cause and why. I thought I saw a flash of colour there. Those stones sometimes surprise you, don't they? This one, to the naked eye there's colour, oh yeah, you see it. Just a little bit of imperfection in there, so there might be sand in the middle. I'm not going to shine behind it again, it's too much of a hassle. Although I might set it up so that we've got a sort of got it so I can easily do it. But this has been a bit of an impromptu. Oh, look at the colour there. Yeah, the colour's a bit brighter to the naked eye as well, so that'll make a nice little stone. And if we're lucky, we're not lucky. Okay, so that's a crack. It's not going to affect the stone if you cut it there, but there might have been another opal that you could make, but I think the crack just makes it too impractical. Crack's there, and I think it just ruins any prospective second stone. Perspective. I've hurt myself, give me a break. Okay, here we go. Lovely. Don't know whether to double it or not. I want to have it. No, it's got a crack in it. Pretty strong though. Let's call it crazing. Not bad for 50 carats, huh? There is our concave piece again with a white cap. Just happens over and over again. I think that basically what happens is that the plant is in sections, and so that means it organises itself into repeating units when it fossilises. So, yeah, so I cut that off and just go like that, or alternately, try and cut through the sand there. Either way, I'll probably get a good stone. Nice lot of red here. I can see, yeah. There's a crack there, but I'm unperturbed. I think I can make something of that. This one, I saw it before. I kind of like it. I think it's one of those ones I'm quietly confident is going to come up with an absolute smashing stone. Don't ask me why. I think just underneath that white cap is just something absolutely spectacular. It's a tiny stone. It's at the moment I reckon it's 1.5 carats. But So definitely the best I can get out of this is 0.75 of a carat, but like I think this is a pretty good one. This one, I don't have high hopes that this colour goes into the stone. I think it just stays on the corner. I am going to give it a good go though. I think that's another wood fossil. Interesting. Well, that's good, because what I might do, it's very rare, but I might investigate this black potch right in the middle. I'm all but guaranteeing that black potch will be right in there. And we should be discussing what that black potch is. I'll get an example of what I'm trying to explain, but I know, and you probably do too if you've been doing opals, I know instinctively that about that area there underneath is all black up to about here. And I've noticed this phenomenon when I melted some wax and allowed it to cool. It cooled in the same pattern. So I'm going, what's causing that? If we can figure out what that physical principle is, we might be able to predict where the colour comes from. Anywho, nice little, I reckon I'll make a ring stone. I'll facet that. I really want to get better at faceting stones, so I'll facet this and see what we come up with. There's a bit of colour on that side, so maybe cut it at that side, facet that side, see what happens. Okay, this looks like a shell, tiny piece of shell. And it's got all colour all the way through it. It's one of those ones that, you know, no matter how deep you cut it, it's going to continue to give you colour, I reckon. Not bad, well worth cutting. Clear crystal. Once again, it's wood opal. Got a few interesting, very, very bright flashes. Wow, okay, so I propose to have a look at it this side. There's a little nick there, so I'll cut it in half at that point and make two very bright stones. There's potential for very bright stones there. 0.25 of a carat. This one's a carat if we're lucky. So if it's, let me see, what's that? That's 2 mil by 1 mil. 2 by 1 by 2. Yeah, so it is 1 carat just at the moment, if it's all opal. So it's also got that lovely directional flash. The only problem is you can see that colour underneath. You're going, okay, is that just a piece of sand that you can't actually excavate to? Oh, it's a little knobby. It's a pea knobby. Look at it. Isn't that cute? Well, no wonder, because like pea knobbies often have that sand right in the middle. So I'll attack it from the white cap and see what happens, I reckon. I know, it just never ends, this. Look at that. Nice piece of wood opal. Jeff, if you're still watching this, if there's a piece that you particularly like, just tell me, I'll send it to you. If I have your address and all that. Let me see. Yeah, I'll be cutting through that. Okay, so this is wood opal again, and think bamboo and how bamboo is segmented. I think this is a root section, and it is a Glossoptera. I'm pretty certain it's Glossoptera. They call it Glossoptera spinosa or something. So, yeah, I'm pretty certain it's that. Anywho, maybe all of the segmented bits are Glossoptera. Who knows? Well, there's quite a that's quite a shine. Now regretting offering to send some to you. All right, so it's all right. You can take some if you want it. I have a feeling this extends back, but not too far. Probably only extends to about there. Nice colour though. I don't think that's a crack. It's not particularly healthy, but it's not a crack. I think that's a sign of internal stress, so I think if you work hard enough, it'll become a crack. So, I think that's a wood opal. Not meant to be. I think I saw a meant to be in here before. I haven't gone through it a lot. Ah, speak of the devil. Look at that. I'm pretty certain that's meant to be. I can just imagine Mario cutting through it and going, I just can't handle the stress. Wood opal. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, man. Sorry, I was looking at it in real light, so I'm not sure what... Oh, okay. See how it's oversaturating the camera? Well, it's oversaturating my eyes. The only problem is over here. You see that little defect there? That is definitely a crack. Okay, let's go back and see if we can spot the crack. Yeah, see there? There it is. That is the crack that goes all the way through. Can we? No. But it's still a good stone. It just is cracked. Nice piece of wood opal. That one is convex, little convex section. Yes. It's come off, still got the white cap. So I found two convex sections which defy my general principle, haven't we? So we just have to just add an extra category, I suppose. Okay, so I'm calling this a rub. So Mario's just going, can't be bothered, too small. I'm going after big fish. Yep, fair enough. Saw something on the way through. I think there's... Is that a crack? I think it's a little bit cracked at the tip here, which is a shame because that's red. In the natural spectrum, there's a bit of red coming through here. Yeah, you can see it a bit just on that corner. I'm just looking through to see if I can spot. Yeah, I think it's... If it's not cracked, it's severely flawed. Have a look at this side. Shall we laser it and see? No, far out, sorry. Okay, I'm going to laser my thumb and see if you can see. Yeah, see that? Got it. There it is. Crack. I'm doing well with the green laser. It's pretty useless. Okay, so yeah, I can see this piece. I think the rest of it's pretty useless. I think I can see a tiny bit of flash in there. So I suppose there's nothing else for it. You just go dig down and see if it's going to bring the flash back. If not, well, didn't lose you anything. Oh my gosh. Okay. Another piece of wood opal from the looks of things. Oh no, maybe it's meant to be. That's meant to be. 1 carat of explode. Wow, don't touch that. Meant to be glycerin. I'm calling wood opal, but it's a very small fragment. Another convex section, concave section with a bit of detritus just sitting there. It's oversaturating in the camera, so let me have a look with my real Mark 1. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that's a nice little piece. It's tiny, but it's nice. There you go. Well, that's all of them. I'm actually quite happy with them. I think I am going to go straight to the bench and have a look at this one. Which was the other one I'm going to look at? I might not actually touch that one. I like it. I know me, I have no self-control. I'll cut it in the end. This one I'll do. And there is another one. I think it might be this one. Or is it this one? No, it's this one. I'm going to cut it straight across. Yeah. So those are the... I'll probably have a crack at those 4 straight away. Okay, enjoy looking at those. Dr. Phil out.